Imagine waking up in a world where the very technology designed to make us smarter, more productive, and more creative actually threatens to dull our minds, sap our curiosity, and erode the very skills that give us our edge as humans. Artificial intelligence, especially in the realm of education, was supposed to be the ultimate game changer. The vision was grand. Every student, no matter their background or geography, would have a personal tutor in their pocket, access to a universe of knowledge just a tap away, and instant feedback to fuel their intellectual growth. But what if beneath these glittering promises, there lurks a hidden cost, a silent erosion of the very cognitive abilities we hope to supercharge with these tools? What if we're only now beginning to grasp the full consequences of handing over our thinking to machines? Let's rewind the clock and map the journey that brought us to this crossroads. For more than 6 decades, artificial intelligence has been hailed as a force destined to revolutionize how we learn. In the early 1960s, a pioneering system called Plato was developed at the University of Illinois. Plato was much more than a teaching aid. It was a bold foray into personalized learning, offering custom exercises and tracking student progress long before the internet existed. This system introduced the world to the concept that technology could adapt to individual learners, tailoring its approach to their unique needs and abilities. By the 1980s and 90s, the educational landscape witnessed the rise of expert systems and the initial wave of adaptive learning platforms. Notable among these were Carnegie Mellon University's cognitive tutors, which gained widespread recognition for helping students conquer challenging math concepts by adapting in real time to their mistakes, strategies, and learning pace. These innovations were the seedlings of a revolution, spreading the idea that learning could be both individualized and deeply data-driven. By the dawn of the 21st century, artificial intelligence in education underwent an explosive transformation. Machine learning algorithms learned to detect patterns in student performance, while advances in natural language processing enabled computers to grade essays and answer complex questions. Automated assessment tools began to liberate teachers from endless grading marathons, allowing them to focus more on student engagement. Tech giants and nimble startups alike raced to develop intelligent tutoring systems, each vying to offer lessons perfectly tailored to every child's learning style, speed, and interests. Today, platforms like ChatGPT, powered by some of the most sophisticated language models in history, promise to unlock even the most challenging subjects, boost productivity, and give students a much-needed edge in a fiercely competitive global job market. The impact is not limited to a handful of classrooms. It is a worldwide phenomenon, reshaping how knowledge is accessed, processed, and internalized. The numbers behind this transformation are nothing short of breathtaking. A 2023 report by McKinsey projects that artificial intelligence could add as much as $13 trillion to the global economy by the year 2030. To put this in perspective, that figure is greater than the annual economic output of formidable nations such as China or Japan. Demand for artificial intelligence expertise is accelerating at a breakneck pace. According to LinkedIn's latest data, there has been a 36% year-over-year increase in job postings requiring artificial intelligence skills as of late 2024. On Indeed.com, job postings mentioning artificial intelligence have surged by over 119% since 2019. Burning Glass Technologies reports that positions demanding artificial intelligence and machine learning skills command salary premiums ranging from 15 to 25% compared to other technology roles. But beneath all this optimism, there's a sobering twist, a chapter in the artificial intelligence story that few saw coming. A groundbreaking study from the Massachusetts Institute of Technology's Media Lab has delivered a jarring wake-up call. Using artificial intelligence chatbots like ChatGPT in the classroom may be quietly undermining the very cognitive abilities these tools are meant to enhance. The study meticulously tracked 54 students in the Boston area, spanning ages from 18 to 39. The students were divided into 3 groups. One group used ChatGPT to write essays. Another relied on Google search to aid their writing. The third group tackled the assignment using only their own minds, without any technological assistance. What the researchers found sent shockwaves through educational circles and sparked intense debate among neuroscientists, educators, and policymakers. The essays produced by the ChatGPT group were described by seasoned English teachers as profoundly lacking in originality. The word they used most frequently? Soulless. These essays, while grammatically flawless and logically coherent, seem to lack the spark of genuine thought, the creative twists, the personal anecdotes, and the subtle insights that make writing feel human. Interviews with the students revealed a creeping sense of passivity. Rather than wrestling with ideas, drafting and revising, many students simply typed prompts into ChatGPT, accepted its refined sentences, and called it a day. Natalia Kosmina, the study's lead author, observed, "By the end of the assignment, most ChatGPT users did little to none of the work on their own. It was more like, just give me the essay, refine this sentence, edit it, and I'm done." But the real shock came from the neuroscience. Using advanced brain imaging techniques, the researchers measured neural activity in the alpha, theta, and delta bands, regions associated with creativity, deep memory integration, and complex semantic processing. The results were stark. ChatGPT users showed the lowest neural connectivity. When later asked to rewrite their essays without any technological help, these students struggled to recall what they had previously written. As Kosmina put it, the task was executed, and you could say that it was efficient and convenient, but as we show in the paper, you basically didn't integrate any of it into your memory networks. Kosmina's warning is urgent and deeply relevant. Developing brains are at the highest risk. She fears a future where artificial intelligence becomes a staple in early education, displacing the messy, sometimes frustrating, but ultimately irreplaceable process of learning by doing. What really motivated me to put it out now before waiting for a full peer review is that I am afraid in 6 to 8 months there will be some policymaker who decides, let's do GPT kindergarten. I think that would be absolutely bad and detrimental, she says, her voice heavy with concern. This statement highlights a crucial debate about the appropriate age and stage for introducing artificial intelligence tools in learning environments. The cognitive scaffolding that children build through struggle, trial and error, and personal reflection is not something that can be replicated by algorithmic convenience. In stark contrast, the students who relied on their own minds outperformed all others in neural engagement, creativity, and satisfaction with their work. Even the group using Google Search, while still dependent on external resources, remained more mentally active and expressed higher satisfaction. These students were forced to synthesize, evaluate, and critically engage with information, rather than simply accepting a ready-made solution. As one expert in the study summarized, "We are heading down a slippery slope, one where convenience overtakes skill and authentic learning is replaced by automated solutions." This leaves us with a burning question. If artificial intelligence is supposed to elevate human potential, why does it risk making us lazier and less creative? Could we wake up in a decade to find a generation of students unable to solve problems independently or think deeply for themselves? Or is there a way for human ingenuity and artificial intelligence to coexist, each amplifying the other, without sacrificing what makes us uniquely human? Let's explore two possible futures, each with distinct promises and perils. In the first scenario, artificial intelligence becomes the beating heart of classrooms everywhere. Lessons are instantly personalized, students receive real-time feedback, and schools finally close achievement gaps that have persisted for generations. A 2024 report from the World Economic Forum projects that artificial intelligence could generate nearly 100 million new jobs by the year 2025, many requiring specialized artificial intelligence expertise. LinkedIn data already shows a 36% surge in artificial intelligence-related job postings over the past year. The economic incentives are undeniable. McKinsey estimates artificial intelligence could inject $13 trillion into the global economy by the end of this decade. The positive impacts are not merely theoretical. A 2024 study published in the Journal of Educational Data Mining found that artificial intelligence tutoring systems can improve student performance in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics subjects by as much as 20%. The National Bureau of Economic Research reports that artificial intelligence tools can boost worker productivity by an average of 14%. Gartner forecasts that artificial intelligence-driven business augmentation will create $2.9 trillion of business value in 2025. Executives are taking notice. A Brookings Institution report reveals that 70% of business leaders believe artificial intelligence will fundamentally change the skills required of workers in the next 5 years. These trends suggest a future where mastering artificial intelligence is the key to economic mobility and professional success. But this bright future casts a long shadow. The Massachusetts Institute of Technology study serves as a cautionary tale about what happens when young minds outsource too much thinking to algorithms. Over time, unchecked dependence on artificial intelligence may erode our mental muscles, leaving future generations less resilient, less imaginative, and less adept at tackling unfamiliar, complex problems on their own. As one English teacher involved in the research lamented, the essays were soulless. Students who relied on ChatGPT struggled to recall their own work and demonstrated weaker brain engagement. The fear is not that artificial intelligence will become too smart for us, but rather that we might become too comfortable letting it do our thinking. Global experts are sounding the alarm and offering advice. Esther Wojcicki, a renowned educator from Palo Alto High School, asserts, "Technology can enhance learning, but it's crucial to focus on critical thinking, creativity, collaboration, communication, and connection." Geoffrey Hinton, often called the godfather of deep learning, warns that we need to think hard about the implications of artificial intelligence systems that can do everything humans do. Pedro Domingos, a leading computer scientist, offers a sobering perspective. People worry that computers will get too smart and take over the world, but the real problem is that they're too stupid and they've already taken over the world. Kai-Fu Lee, another visionary in the artificial intelligence field, predicts that while artificial intelligence will automate routine jobs, it will simultaneously create new opportunities for those who can work alongside these systems to solve complex problems. Yann LeCun, chief artificial intelligence scientist at Meta, emphasizes, "Artificial intelligence is not just about automation, it is about augmentation, enhancing human capabilities and creativity." So, what does all this mean for you, whether you are a student, a parent, an educator, or a lifelong learner? First, embrace artificial intelligence as a tool, not a crutch. Use it to spark new ideas, check your understanding, or challenge your assumptions, but resist the temptation to let it do all the heavy lifting. When you are writing an essay, solving a tough problem, or tackling a new project, try it yourself first. Struggle a little. Wrestle with the material. Only after you have given it your best effort should you turn to artificial intelligence to compare, refine, or expand on your ideas. This approach is not just about building knowledge, it's about building character, resilience, and true expertise. Third, strive for balance. The Massachusetts Institute of Technology study demonstrated that the group using Google Search, rather than just ChatGPT, managed higher brain engagement while still accessing technological support. Blend artificial intelligence-driven tools with traditional research methods, group discussions, and hands-on practice. Schools can help by designing assignments that require original thinking, multi-step reasoning, and collaborative problem-solving, not just quick answers. Teachers can encourage students to reflect on their process, question the outputs of artificial intelligence, and seek multiple perspectives. This balance ensures that technology remains a support, not a substitute, for deep learning. Fourth, do not lose sight of the human factor. As artificial intelligence automates more routine tasks, teachers and mentors have a unique opportunity to focus on nurturing curiosity, guiding creative projects, and fostering the kind of deep, critical thinking that no algorithm can replicate. The future of education belongs to those who see artificial intelligence not as a replacement, but as a partner, one that can amplify human strengths, not supplant them. As Yann LeCun puts it, artificial intelligence is about augmentation, not just automation. Of course, the future will not be without its challenges. Real risks abound. Algorithmic bias can skew assessments, data privacy must be fiercely protected, and over-reliance on artificial intelligence could widen, not close, achievement gaps if only some students have access to the best tools. Policymakers, educators, and parents must work together to ensure that artificial intelligence in education is implemented ethically and equitably. Research initiatives like the National Science Foundation's Artificial Intelligence Institutes are already investing millions in artificial intelligence research and the development of educational resources. Yet, the responsibility does not end with governments or institutions. Every individual must become an active, informed participant in this new age of learning, ready to question assumptions and push for ethical best practices. It is also important to consider the broader implications beyond the classroom. Artificial intelligence-driven assessment tools, for instance, provide real-time feedback and can identify areas for improvement more quickly than ever before. While this can enhance learning outcomes, it also raises concerns about the potential for over-standardization and the loss of nuance in evaluating student growth. Balancing artificial intelligence-driven assessment with authentic, performance-based evaluation will be crucial to maintaining educational richness. Similarly, as artificial intelligence automates administrative and routine teaching tasks, educators face a shifting landscape. While some fear job displacement, a more optimistic view sees teachers liberated to focus on mentorship, curriculum development, and fostering interpersonal skills, areas where human touch is irreplaceable. This transition, however, will require significant investment in professional development and ongoing support for educators adapting to new technologies. Looking even further ahead, imagine a future where artificial intelligence helps close the global education gap, bringing high-quality instruction to remote or underserved regions. With the right infrastructure and policy support, artificial intelligence could become a powerful equalizer, democratizing access to knowledge. But this vision will only be realized if attention is paid to issues of infrastructure, language diversity, and cultural sensitivity in artificial intelligence design. So, can we harness artificial intelligence in education without losing our ability to think, create, and learn independently? The answer is a resounding yes, but only if we use these powerful tools with intention and care. Artificial intelligence is a remarkable engine, capable of accelerating our learning and opening up new frontiers. But the human mind must remain in the driver's seat, steering the journey with curiosity, resilience, and critical thought. Here's a secret the Massachusetts Institute of Technology study did not headline. When researchers allowed the brain-only group to use ChatGPT after several weeks of independent work, their essays were not only more creative but also made better use of artificial intelligence as a brainstorming partner. In other words, those who build strong foundational skills first are the ones who can fully unlock the true potential of these technologies. It is the combination of human ingenuity and artificial intelligence support that leads to the most powerful results. If you want to thrive in the age of artificial intelligence, keep your curiosity sharp and your brain engaged. Use technology to elevate your learning, not to escape thinking. Experiment, reflect, and never stop asking questions. Challenge yourself to go one step beyond what artificial intelligence suggests. Seek out diverse sources, test your understanding, and remember that the most valuable knowledge is the kind you wrestle with and make your own. Remember, the future belongs to those who can adapt, innovate, and think deeply, no matter how advanced the technology becomes. The world will need not just users of artificial intelligence, but creators, critics, and visionaries who can see beyond the algorithm to the bigger picture. So, what do you think? Will students of the future become smarter and more creative with artificial intelligence at their side? Or are we at risk of losing something essential about ourselves? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's start a conversation about how we can shape the future of learning together. If you found this exploration insightful, subscribe for more deep dives into the intersection of technology, economics, and education. Hit the bell to stay up.